Hello, this is Lakshmikant Tiwari. Welcome back to new tutorial. In this, I'm going to show you how you can plot a multi-line graph on your Android application, and also I'll show you how you can give a gradient shadow in your line. So let me show you an example how we would implement our application, right? So the application would be like this, right? So we will implement a multiple line graph in a single window. So here I have implemented a 4-line graph. So this is a line, and then I have filled it this line with a the gradient color, and these are the 4 different backgrounds for each of these lines. And the line, you can see it is very smooth. So I have applied here a cubic bridger functions, so it will automatically smooth the line. So all these things I'll be discussing throughout this tutorial series, so stay tuned for this tutorial. And let's start with the first to add repository in our project. So you need to just copy it and then paste it into the application here, right? And then we need this dependency, copy it, and then we need to paste it here, right? So as you see, we need a 4 graph here for a chart line. Okay, so for line chart, so we need to come here into the activity main layout and get rid of this text weave, and let's change this constraints layout to a linear layout, right? So from the linear layout, we need here a line chart. Sorry, for that we need to first sync it, okay, otherwise it would not download MPAndroidChart library. So now we need here a line chart, right? So we need a line chart here, and let's make its width as a match parent. Oops, sorry, make its width to the match parent, and height we can also make a match parent. Apart from height, we also need to give a weight, layout weight to the 1, and then we need to give its ID, and ID we can give it to the chart 1, right? So apart from this, this is the first graph, first line chart. As you see here, we need a 4-line chart. So what we can do, simply we can simply copy it, and then we can paste it to a 4 time, right? So 3, and here is a 4, and we need to change the ID for each of these charts. So we'll make it the 2, and here make it 3, and make this ID to the 4. Perfect. Now you can see here it is chart has been shown, but it's cascaded horizontally. So we need to make it the vertical. So we can set here a orientation. So that orientation must be vertical orientation, right? So now I have made a vertical orientation. Perfect. Somehow it's not taking this vertical orientation. Let me see. I think now it is fine. Yes. So now it is taking vertical orientations, one chart to the another. Okay, one chart 2, chart 3, and the chart 4. Perfect. Now let's close this one and close this app also. Let's come back to the main activity. R is not resolved, so what we can do, we can rebuild it, so it will automatically resolve this R. Don't worry about that. Okay, now we need to create here an array of a line chart. Okay, so what we can do, still R is not resolved, so I think we need to invalidate let me see what I can do here. I think I need to clean this project. Yeah, it's fine, it was fine. Perfect. Now let's create an array of a line chart. We can do it very simply. Okay, so we need to give here a line chart, array of this line chart, to let's make it M charts, right? So here M charts is equal to new line chart, and that is a 4. Okay, perfect. Now let's come back to into on create. Okay, so on create, we need to first of all that we need to get full screen. Okay, so for full screen we need to get the window. So get window dot set flag, and in the dot set flag we need to get a window managers and layout parameters. So it's very simple, window manager dot layout parameters, layout params dot flag full screen, right? And after that we need a window manager dot layout params, and then we can say a flag and then full screen, right? Okay, so after this what we can do, we can run it and you can test it whether it is working in full screen or not. Okay, in meantime let's create a MChart 0, 1, 2 and the 3. So it's very simple, MChart 0 is equal to a line chart, and then find v by id, and then r dot the id dot the chart 1, right? So this is for chart 1. As you can see here, it is full screen. That means the upper signals, battery, etc. is not coming here, right? So chart 1, 2, 3 and 4 data is not available. We will be filling this chart 1, 2 and the 3 data. So let's copy it and paste it to 3 times. That would become 4. So make it 1, and here is the 2, and this one is 3, and let's check it to the chart 2 and chart 3 and here chart 4, right? So we have successfully declared object of our line chart 0, 1, 2 and the 3. Now we need to give here a for loop. So inside a for loop, declare int I equal to 0 and make I less than to m charts dot length, okay, and then I plus plus, right? So here we are going to fill a line data for each chart here, right? So let's create a line data here. That's a very simple, a line and data, right? So the line data equal to line data equal to get data get data 36 and then 100. Okay, so the get data is a function, is a method. I'll be declaring this. So here you can say a count equal to 36. Okay, that means there would be a 36 point, and the range will be equal to 100, right? So the value range would be maximum 100, in between 100, right? So after this line data, let's call another function, that is setup chart, right? So inside setup charts I'm gonna pass chart. Okay, so that's m chart for I. For first times chart 0 would be passed, then chart 1, chart 2 and the chart 3, and then I would like to pass a data, and then I would like to pass here the colors. So for the colors I am also going to create one more the function method here. So let me first complete my color method here. So here a private int and then I would like to make it m colors. Okay, so m colors is equal to new and then int, right? So new int, and then I am going to create here a colors. So this is the colors array, the array RGB, right? So the color array RGB, I am going to take first one is the 137 and then 230 and then 81, right? And apart from this, to another a number of the array RGB. Okay, so I'm gonna take it 240, 230, 240 and then 230, and then I'm gonna take it 30, and then I need to define another RGB, that's the RGB. Since there are 4 charts, so we need 4 different colors here. So let's define it 89 and 199 and 250, right? So I'm taking these numbers as randomly. You can take as your wish. Okay, so the last number, the 4th one, I'm going to take it RGB and then I'm going to take it 250 and 104, and then I'm going to take 11 and let's 9. Okay, so here I'm going to pass here m colors, and then m colors I'm going to take a the ith location, right? So I can simply pass here I without any problem. Okay, so apart from this, now let's create a line data, sorry, the get data and the setup chart methods, right? So the first one, let's create a setup chart. Okay, so it would be a private wired, and then setup chart. So it's going to take a 4 parameters. So the first one is a line chart. Okay, so the first one is a line chart, make it a chart, and then another one is a line data. It's going to take a line data and make this one as a data, and then the last one is it will take as a color. Okay, and let's declare another method, so that is a private, and then it would be also a wired, and it would be a get data, and inside the get data there would be 2 numbers. So the int, let's make it int count, and then another one would be a int total range, right? So inside this one it would create a data, and here you can see it's telling that it's found as a wired. I think I must not put it as wired, I would put it as a line data. That's mean I would be returning as a line, I mean data line data type of data, right? So here let's first create a data which will be filling inside the line chart, right? So inside the chart, so we can fill it using our random function. So first let's create an array list, and type would be entry, as you know in our line chart. So this type becomes entry, and the bar entry in bar type of graph, and pie entry into pie chart, right? So it would be a y bells, that is y values. Okay, so I can say as new, and then array list, right? So here y bells array has been created. Now let's create a for loop here, a for loop int I equal to 0, and then I would be less than total of the count. It would go up to the count. Okay, and then I plus plus. So here I am going to create a random function, a random methods, random values, and that would be assigned into y value. So that's a very simple. You can do it using a float, and then val is equal to, let's cast it to the float, and then I want math dot random, and then I would like to multiply it with range. Okay, and after range multiplication, let's just add a the random value as a 3, right? So here value has been declared, and after that I would like to add here into y vals, then add. Okay, so y vals dot add, and then here would be a new entry, and inside new entry the first element would be the x, that is I, and then another one is y axis, that would be a val. Okay, and after this I would like to return, right? So I would like to return a line data set. Okay, so line data set, before returning that line data, sorry, I would like to return here a line data, not a line data set. So before returning line data, we need to set a line data set. So let's create first of all that a line data set, and in line data set there would be a set 1. Okay, so the set 1 equal to new, and then a line data set, and inside line data set we need y vals, and let's make it the data set. Okay, now let's set a few values of our set 1. So the first line data set value, let's say set 1 a dot, I would like to set first line width. Okay, I would like to set first line width to the 3f, and after that I would like to set set 1 dot set circle radius to 5. Okay, so dot set a circle radius to a 5f, and then after that I would like to set circle hole radius to 2.5f. okay, set circle hole radius to 2.5f, and after this I would like to set color here. Okay, so it could be simply set one dot, the set color, and in set colors I would like to put a light gray color. Okay, so what I can do, a color dot light gray is LT gray. Okay, so after this I would like to the set one dot set circle color. Okay, so that's also very simple, set circle color, and let's set this color to a white. Okay, so let's set it to the white, color dot white, and set highlight color to color dot white. Okay, set one dot set highlight color that is here, color dot white. Okay, and then set one dot set draw circle, set draw value, set draw values. Yes, so the draw values, I do not want to draw any value on our line data chart, right? So after this I would like to I would like to return this line data. So before that I have to create a line data. So let's make it data and equal to new, and then line data, and inside the line data I need to pass a set one, right? And now return this data. Perfect. So we have successfully created our line data, and now let's set a chart, right? So we can set our chart very simply without any problem. So for that we need to get here our line chart first of all that. So we can get it very simply. We need to use here a line data set. Okay, so the line data set, so here I am casting it. Okay, so the line data set, I am casting here a data which will be passed it to the line data set data, then again a get data. Okay, get data set by index of 0th location, right? And then dot set circle color hole. Okay, so here dot set circle dot set circle color hole. Okay, so let's make it to the color, sorry, the color. So that color I have to define it here. Okay, perfect. Now let's hide a description. Okay, so the get description of this chart, and then set enable to make it to a false, so it will hide the description of line chart. And apart from this, now let's set a draw grid background, set a draw, and then grid background, make it to a false. And after that I would like to enable a touch here. So what I can do here, set touch enable, that make it to true. Okay, and then again chart dot set drag enable. However, we may not need this drag, so I'm just showing you what are the properties which you can use here, right? So set drag enable, let's make it a true, and after drag enable let's scale, let's set a scale enable also, right? So set scale enable to true, and after this let's set a pinch zoom to a false. So the chart dot set pinch zoom to a false. Okay, now let's set a background color of each chart. So we can set it to a background color, and that color would be passed here. So see here, color I would be passed here, and from this array. So where is array? Color array is here, right? So those color would be passed here. After this set background color, let's give some the offset. Okay, so the chart dot set weave offset, weave port offset. So the first value is left, and then top, so make the top 0 and then write again 10 and then bottom 0, right. So it depends on you how much you want to make offset. Now let's set a data here, right. So let's set a data, and that data is passed into here a data, right. So I think we have almost completed it. Let's see where what is the error which we are getting. I think here, right. So let's run it. I think still some error is coming somewhere. Let me see. I think I do not need it here. Apart from this, one more error, yeah, here, right. So now everything is fine. Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, I was in hurry, that's why I think I have missed few commas. I just wanted to complete this tutorial as soon as possible. Just I tried my best here. So see here, I have got it, right. So the color, see these colors, the gray color, line data, the line data color is into gray color, and here is circles, and data set, and the data set, right. Okay, so we need to do few more things, few more what I can say, I mean few more coding to make it a the perfect, very fine, what I shown earlier. So first of all that I would like to I would like to hide these circles, and then again I can do that here, here in, right. So before returning this data, I can hide that circle here, right. So that's a very simple, set1 dot a set, and then draw circles, make it to false. Now let's run it and check it. See here, now let's make this line to line color to white. Okay, so what I can do here, let's make it white. So if I make it white, then you can see it's a white. Now see, this is a very abrupt lines. Okay, it's not as smooth. So what we can do here, we can smooth it using the cubic fitting. Okay, so the cubic fitting is very simple. We need to first enable it. So the set1 dot set mode, you can do it using a set mode, and then if you type here a cubic, so it will automatically take a line dataset dot mode cubic bezier, right. So cubic bezier, and after that I need to enable that cubic mode, right. So the set cubic intensity, if cubic intensity 1, that would be the highly cubic fits, and if it's a 0, that's when there would not be any fitting. So I'm going to put here the moreover the in between value, it's 0.2, and you see here it's a very abrupt, and after I upload it, you will see it would be the very nice graph. See how it's changing. Even if I increase it to, let's make it to 0.7, then you would see it would be the very smooth, and you may see the different value may come here, right. So let's make it 0.2, that is means really very smooth graph, right. So I think we have done a lot in this, and apart from this, apart from these settings, let me show you few more things, right. Few more things, I would like to fill these colors, right. So inside here the below of these lines, if you want to fill these lines, you can do that also. That's a very simple, right. So let's do it. So we need to first make it the set1 dot set draw enable, right. So draw and then enable, sorry, dot set draw field enable, that is true. And then I would like to set dot fill color, sorry, fill color. So that color I can fill, let's fill with a what I can fill here, yellow, we have yellow, cyan color, let's fit it with the cyan color, right. Okay, so the color dot cyan, perfect. So we have fit it with the cyan color. I think missing something here. Oh, sorry, it's a set fill color, right? So now set one dot, but before that I would like to show you how it will look like. Right, see here cyan color has been filled out, but if you see here the grids are coming, and I can also set alpha here. So that is very simple, set one dot the set alpha, let's make it to 80, sorry 80. So if you see, it sets the transparency, right? So the set alpha, right? Perfect. Now apart from this, I would like to move forward to set a legends here, right? So I can do those legends also. That's a very simple. Okay, so see here, these are the legends. So I would like to disable these legends. So those legends can be disabled into here a setup chart, right? So those legends can be disabled into a setup chart. So let's make a legend L equal to a chart dot get legend, right? And then L dot set enable, that make it a false. So once I load it, you will see this legend would gone, right? So there is not any legend. Now one more thing, suppose that if you want to fill it, okay, if you want to fill it with a gradient color, so you can also do that, right? So suppose that if you want to fill it with a gradient color, you can do that gradient color also. So for that, first of all, that we need to create a gradient here, right? So that gradient we can do into a drawable. So drawable resource, let's give it a name as a gradient, okay, and click on OK. And then we need to set here our a shape, right? So first of all, that we need to set it here our a shape, it's a shape, and then inside the shape we need our gradient, right? So here it's a gradient, and in gradient we want Android angle, let's put it to a 90 degree, right? And then we want our Android start color, and its start color, let's put it to hash, and E6 0E, and you can say then 96, right? So that's the color. And then let's again select a center color, we can say here ED, and then C7, let's make it E9, and then again Android, sorry, I have to put here has, sorry, Android, and then end color. So in end color, I would like to put it white, so that would be FF, FF, and FF, right? So that's the completely white color. And type, I would like to put a type as a linear type, right? So here you can see a beautiful gradient has been created. Now for gradient setting, we can set it into here main activity, right? So in a main activity, we need to come here into our get data. Inside a get data, we can set here a gradient, okay? So if I set a gradient, it will automatically overtake this one, right? So let's set a gradient. It's a very simple to set this gradient. So first of all, that we need to create a drawable here. So that's a drawable equal to the drawable, and then context compat dot get drawable, and from this activity, okay, so r dot drawable dot gradient, right? So we have got a drawable. Now we need to set this into a set1, set1 dot set a fill drawable, right? So here we want a drawable. Perfect. See how it will look like. Let's upload it. Okay, let's upload it, then you will see. See here, how beautiful is this? Really, don't you think it's beautiful? I think I have covered a lot in this color field line chart tutorial, and I would like to suggest you can subscribe this channel so that you can directly get update into your inbox. So thank you so much for watching this one. Stay tuned for the next one. I'll be covering more tutorial on based on MP Android chart library. Okay, bye bye. Have a nice day.